Bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. His counterpart on the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from Soldier Field. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the young man making his first NFL start. A big spot here for the rookie quarterback.
And we knew from the moment the commissioner called his name on draft night, and by the way, made a pretty good hold on the commissioner going across the stage. But we knew he had a chance to be the starter week one. He dove right into the playbook, ingratiated himself with his teammates, and that's exactly how things have played out.
Right back to Drake. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. To throw is Roberts from the gun on third down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
First down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back to Hampton on first down. No nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
At the 30-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down.
And it's third down.
Back to throw. Edwards. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it fourth down. They will run forward with Hampton. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Throwing to start the drive. Roberts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. And they start in the best of all positions, first and goal. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Outside defensive.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Here's Edwards. Off the play fake. They'll check this one down to Hampton. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on fourth down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on fourth down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a big point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
1 yard gain.
Now second and 9. Looking to throw. Roberts. A throw off his back foot there. That's going to wind up incomplete.
It's now third down and 9 yards to go.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is third down. Operating from the gun. Roberts. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a fourth down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Edwards. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Edwards. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Edwards. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Here comes the Lions punter now. Standing just outside his own goal line. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. They call it 38 yards on the punt. No return. And the Bears take over. Looking to put a drive together. Now Roberts throwing to start the drive. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Roberts. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
To number 88. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Back to throw. Roberts. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. And Detroit getting set to go now. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss?
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Edwards. And that will be incomplete as well.
I'll definitely say that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Oh, look at the juke. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 34-yard line.
They stay on the coverage length. And this defense not giving them anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
At the 36-yard line. A gain of 2.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this 1st quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the 1st fumble recovery, They were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And now here's a carry heading left. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Back to throw. Edwards. Over the middle, complete. That's Tate. And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Looking to throw. Edwards. That is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Edwards to the goal line, but it's incomplete. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, being the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now on 1st down, Drake again. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Again running right, Drake. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Roberts. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Here comes the Lions punter now. as he's on here to punt it away. Yards on the punt there. And they will take over 1st and 10. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling with this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Roberts. Ooh, with a juke. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Brings up 4th down.
They'll run. It's Drake. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. I like that call. I'm assuming you're with me.
I am. I'm totally with you. And to me, they saw something that they liked there. Because, let's face it, it's going to be a mass of bodies. But it feels like the head coach has said, my best runner over my best blocker. Give it to me right now.
And you only needed 1 yard where they were on the other side of the field. Seems like a no-brainer.
If we can't get 1 yard, what are we doing out here?
And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. They couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bears are an extra point away from capturing the lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career. But he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
2nd and 11. He's got his man. This is Tate. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Edwards from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
1st down, Lions.
That's a play that'll likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
To throw is Edwards. On play action. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on a fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Looking to throw. Roberts. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down. Roberts. And that will be incomplete.
Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Quick throw here, that's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging around the football now. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back to throw. Edwards. And he fires one, but incomplete. Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Roberts throwing to start the drive. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
The Lions now taking over late in this first half. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Caught right side, Tate. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Edwards. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw again. That one too wide and incomplete. Brings up 4th down. Solid coverage by the Bears D. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And his kick is good. And now it's a 2-score game at 9, 16-7. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys are tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
At the 22-yard line.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. Yards the tally on the return there. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out, and now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now Let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
They run the option here on first and 10. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Up the middle they go with Drake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. No gain on the play there. Second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Over the middle is going to find Burden. They get 6. That'll leave them with third and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it third and 4.
Looking to throw. Roberts. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Shamar Stewart in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
That's his second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And his kick here is good. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out now come the Lions. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. First and 10 as this new drive starts. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the third quarter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2. Brings up second and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Back to throw. Edwards. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. The QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
10 more there and another first down.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay.
Delay of game, offense.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Looking to throw. Edwards. Short completion, just 4 yards. And it's 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Back to throw. Edwards. Quick hitter here. It's complete. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
A gain of 4.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Partner, you know what I'm going to say before I even say it.
Yeah, you just cannot take a sack in that spot.
You're exactly right. You can't take a sack in that spot. Potentially now, a 3-point swing right there.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Chicago offense set to get started. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
14 yards in a Chicago 1st down.
3-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. On 1st down, Drake. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good game.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
A handoff to the right side. It's Drake. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
It's now 3rd down and 4.
Operating from the gun. Roberts. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. So here come the Lions now. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Looking to throw. Edwards. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hampton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards for the Lions there and a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down. A gain of 15. First down, Lions.
They'll work inside here. Hampton. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
Here's second and 8. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Bears now ready to take over again. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Roberts now throwing to start the drive. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. Drake is going backwards here, all the way back to the 5-yard line. Yikes, a 40-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw it for a loss.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. He'll try and do this himself. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Bears take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now the try here for the extra point. This treacherous, but the extra point is good, and with it, it'll give them the lead.
Lions 16.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Good time for another look at this Lions offense. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Again, it's Hampton. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now third and 12.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Edwards from the gun on third down. And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time to have a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it,
it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
36 yards on the punt with no return. Onto the field now come the Bears. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
2nd and 15. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. The Lions offense set to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Throwing to start the drive. Edwards.
Intended for number 11. Incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Edwards. Oh, he'll work that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down.
3rd down and 10.
Operating from the gun. Edwards. He's got his target. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 33 yards that time.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. 1st down, Detroit.
Well, this is where an offense needs to show what it's made of, and in fact, where a quarterback needs to show what he's made of, trying to engineer a fourth quarter comeback, and he hits a big one right there.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. A run once more with Hampton. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up. They'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have taken a fourth quarter lead.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits are on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Bears 17.
So they elect to pass there on the two-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So now the Bears down by 7. 1:16 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Fisher.
Well, this one's had a season's worth of thrills already, and it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now.
He finds his man complete. It's Fisher.
And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
So the focus now shifts to the Bears. Trailing in this one now. 23 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Throwing after the interception. Roberts. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Now he's going to step up and run.
He will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
This is 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Roberts.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 40.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Detroit, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.